Welcome to my channel. I'm the Metalhead Physicist. I upload videos regularly, so I would ask you to subscribe and ring that notification bell in order for you to be updated with the videos. Okay, today we are going to solve these two problems at the same time. I mean, solve them separately and see how they are related. No? First case, first situation, and this is the second situation. We are asked to solve for the acceleration of the block of masses. Okay, this is you have here. In this case, there is friction on the surface, and this is actually a combination of friction and tension. Okay, so let's move to the first case. This one here. So this is a 90-degree. This is a table, no? This is separated by 90 degrees. Dire siya. So what's the first thing to do is actually to assume acceleration. In this first case, actually, we have no other choice. We know that if this thing will accelerate, if this can be able to pull this mass here, then the only direction that it will accelerate is clockwise. Why is it clockwise? Because in this region will accelerate downward, while this region here will accelerate to the right. So that would be, this direction is actually clockwise direction. Okay, so the very first thing that we do is identify all the forces. Okay, now we'll treat the masses separately. Okay, first assumption, first we have to uh, understand the assumption. The first assumption is that, okay, this is connected by one rope, and on this pulley here there's no friction, and the moment of inertia, the rotation here, the torque, whatever is that rotational motion of the pulley is not affecting the motion of the block, so that uh, we are guaranteed that the tension on this rope and on the tension for this rope here will be the same, since they are connected by the same rope. Okay, so let's get to work. Okay, um, first thing that we do is we must put our axis of coordinate here and identify all the forces. So what are the forces on this? What are the forces? Okay, first is we know that there is a force. Of course, we have the weight here. Okay, I'll just write in blue. Okay, we have in this direction the weight, and of course, countering the weight on the surface will be the normal force, and on this side here we have the tension, and on that, since the direction is going uh, to the right, so friction must be going to the left, kinetic friction. Okay, with coefficient of friction mu k. So now we can go directly to our summation of forces. For this first case here, what's the summation of forces? Summation of forces along x. Okay, so that would be along x. That would be equal to minus fk plus t, because going to the positive direction. This is equal to m1a. Okay, mass of m1 times the acceleration. Okay, there's no sense that we go to the y is in equilibrium. And okay, now what is now this friction? This friction is equal to okay, the friction is equal to minus, okay, this is mu k n. Now in this case, the normal force is equal to the weight, because there's no other force on the surface perpendicular to the surface, only the weight. So it's just n is just equal to the weight. So from that, the weight is mg, so this is mu mg, m1g plus t equals m1a. From here, okay, from here we can get this expression for t. This is t equals m1a plus mu k m1g. Now, actually, we have two unknowns here. We have a and t. We don't know t, we don't know a, but don't worry, we can generate two equations for this system. First equation is on this for the from this mass here for m1, and the second equation we can generate it from here. Okay, so now let's get to the second equation in order to solve the system. So for the second mass, what are the forces? Now, it's much easier this time because we only have two forces. We have the weight exactly going down, and of course, you have in this case, the tension on the rope. That would be T. Now, there is no friction on this one here because you know that friction is mu n, the normal force. Since there is no force, there are no forces, no, nothing whatsoever that is acting perpendicular to the rope. And in fact, they are all the forces are parallel to the, parallel to the surface. This one here, kani. So that means that our normal force is zero. Therefore, our friction is zero. Okay. So the only sum of forces we can have here is the summation of forces along y. So let's this summation of forces along y for the second mass. So let's label this as 2. Let's label this as 1. What are the forces along y? You have T upwards minus the weight which is downwards. That's why you have negative equals. What's the acceleration? It's going down. So this is minus m2a. So this is our second equation. And what is our T? This is our T here. So we have m1a plus mu k m1g minus what is the weight? m2g. This is actually weight 2 equals minus m2a. From here, let's move all the with a's on this side and with no a's on the other side. So we have now m1a plus m2a, okay, uh, equals, equals m2g minus mu k m1g. And all we have to do now is factor out a and divide it by, okay, uh, that factor. So we can see now that a is, we can now factor out g here. So we have m2 minus mu k m1 over uh, m1 plus m2, and this is times g. Okay, so that will be our acceleration. We can now actually also solve our tension for this case, but we're not interested with the tension. Okay, so now we have solved this problem here. We will now solve the second case or the second situation. Again, the same thing that we're going to do. Let's construct an axis, a tilted axis, such that the x-axis will be parallel to the inclined plane. Okay, identify all the forces. What are the forces? Okay, of course, you have the weight, you have the normal force, and you have tension here, and you have friction on this side. Because, okay, by the way, I forgot, we assume that acceleration is going again clockwise. Okay, that's why the friction is going on this side because my assumed motion is going on the positive x. Okay, so now let's get into the summation of forces. Summation of forces along x. This is for the first mass. What are the forces along x? That would be T minus Fk. Now, unlike this one, we can now see that our weight here will have an x component. So, na siya x component. Ngano na siya? Okay? Well, it's because our axis has been tilted. So our weight now, instead, in this case, puro lang siya sa y, our weight now here will be both on x and y axis. But it's okay. Uh, that's just equal to let's just get the components of that. No? So here, this is weight x, this one. We have a right triangle here. And this one here is our weight x, and this will be our weight y. And just like from the previous problem, I hope that you watch this problem. This is in the first on the one of the on the playlist. You have to watch this problem first. This is the same configuration. I explained everything here so that, okay, if this is theta, this will also be theta here. So as we can see now, if this is our right triangle, our weight x will be on the opposite, while our weight y is on the adjacent. And of course, the weight is just our hypotenuse. So to get weight x, that's just weight sine of theta. Okay, so we don't worry for that. So plus, no, minus, because in the negative direction, it's actually in the third quadrant. Okay, so we now have minus weight sine of theta 1. If this is theta here, that would be theta 1 also for this angle here. Okay, is there any other force? No. So we now have, and this is now equal to m1a, because a is going on the positive direction. Okay, from here we can find the expression for tension. T is just equal to Fk. But what is Fk? This is mu n. Now, what is n for this case? Again, you have to watch this video because I explained it here. N for an inclined plane that's an angle with angle of theta with the horizontal is mg cosine of theta. This one here. So in this case, this is m1g cosine of theta 1, which is our angle. Okay, plus m1g sine of theta 1 plus m1a. Okay, this is our first equation. Okay, next, okay, let's solve this for this second system. Okay, let's identify all the forces. The weight now is going this way. You have again the normal force, and on this side is the friction. Okay, Fk, and of course tension is also going on this side here. Why is that? Because of course our motion is going on this direction, so friction is opposing that motion. Okay, so now again all we have to do is take the summation of forces along x. Summation of forces along x for the second coordinates. What are the forces along x? Now, okay, notice here that our weight has now been in the positive x. Why? Okay, so here is our right triangle. And if this is theta 2, this must also be theta 2, that one there, that angle. Okay, so this is our weight x and this will be our weight y. And why is this? Why is it in the positive x? Because our weight is clearly on the fourth quadrant. So weight x, this is the hypotenuse is the weight. So that is just weight times sine of theta 2. So this is, I'll write this as, okay, weight sine of theta 2. Okay. Now, on the negative direction, that is minus Fk, no? Minus T equals what? That would be, since we are now in the second mass, this is now minus M2, this is now M2A. But sa ato pa, okay, this W here is just M2G sine of theta 2. What is our Fk? So minus our Fk is again the same with this one here, but of course it will be M2G mu cosine M2G cosine theta. So this is now mu K M2G cosine of theta 2 in this case because we are on the second one. So minus T equals M2A. Now in this case, our equation becomes longer, but it's okay. It's fine. We have a lot of space here. So now let's substitute this for this tension here. So we now get, okay, we will now get M2G sine theta 2 minus mu K M2G cosine of theta 2 minus, okay, minus, we have to put a parenthesis here. I'll just write here minus mu K M1G cosine of theta 1 plus M1G sine of theta 1 plus M1A equals M2A. Now, if you take this one out of the summation, okay, what would happen if you take that one? This would become, okay, I'll just take this one here. So we will have now a minus. This now will become a minus and that will become a minus here. If we take away this parenthesis, no? Okay. So in this case, we now have, okay, we combine all the A's on one side. Okay. And of course, let's arrange this one. Let's, okay, group this together. M2, M2. Yeah, I have M1, M1. Okay, I can actually take one M2G, M2G. So we have now M2 G times sine of theta 2 minus mu k cosine of theta 2. Okay? And on this case here, plus, okay, since this is minus, so it's, okay, minus. It's minus, minus. So minus m1 g. Now we will have this one, sine of theta 1 plus mu k cosine of theta 1. And this is equal to m1a plus m2a. Now we factor out a, okay? To solve for a, we factor out a in this side, and we would get this equation now. It's quite long, but it's okay. It's actually, it looks beautiful. This is, okay, I'll factor out g because I have g in this case, in this side here, and g on this side, this term. So that would be m2 times sine of theta 2 minus mu k cosine of theta 2 minus m1g. Okay? Okay, sorry. There's no g here. m1 sine of theta 1 plus mu k cosine of theta 1 over m1 plus m2 times, okay, there's g here. Okay, I want to write that again. We already, okay, I'll write this one again. Okay, my a now would be, okay, m2 sine of theta 2 minus mu k cosine of theta 2 minus m1 sine of theta 1 plus mu k cosine of theta 1 over m1 plus m2 times g. So yeah, this will be our solution for second case. This is the first case. Now notice here, now let's look at this one. We can actually arrive with this configuration if we, what happens, what would we do here in order to arrive uh, at the first situation? Well, all we have to do is take theta 1 equal to 0, because when theta 1 equal to 0, what would happen? This block would be doing like that, and theta 2 becomes 90, right? So I'll set theta 1 equals 0 and theta 2 equals 90 degrees, or that is pi over 2. What would happen now to the equation? So theta 1 is 90, as I mean 0. So cosine of theta 1 will become 1. So this is now 1. And sine of theta 1 would become 0. Sine of 0 is 0. So here is, wala, okay, wala na siya. And this is now 1. And how about theta 2? Cosine of theta 2, on the other hand, now this will now become 0. Cosine of 90 is 0, and this will become 1. Now, as you can see, this is 0, mu k times 0. So this one here will be 0. This term will vanish. So what is left for the first term here is m2. So I'll write that one here. My new a would be equal to the first term, would, what is left is m2 minus what is left for the second term, that is 0, plus mu k times 1. So that is mu k, that is m1 mu k. So that would be mu k times m1 over, of course, times g, m1 plus m2. And as you can see, we have arrived with the first acceleration. We have obtained this by just setting this uh, to 0 and 90. And in fact, using this, we can come up with any configuration that we like. We can even come up with this configuration. But of course, you have to be careful, because here sine theta 1 is positive, but for theta 2, because our theta 2 we label it like this, so our theta 2 now would be where would we put our theta 2? Our theta 2 now actually would be negative here in order to come up to arrive at this. So yeah, I think it's negative. It should be negative for this case. because our theta 2 is opening on that direction. Okay, so we can actually arrive at any configuration that we want. Like for example, this configuration. Okay, we can do this. In this case, our theta 2 is positive, but our theta 1 again will be the one that will be negative because our theta 1 is defined that way. So we can arrive at any situation that we want. Okay, so now let's look at uh, here. Let's analyze this much further. Let's go back to the original. When is the acceleration clockwise? The acceleration is clockwise. Since my assumed acceleration is clockwise, if I will get positive here, then indeed the true acceleration is clockwise. But if I'm going to put all the value and get negative, meaning that the true acceleration is on the other direction, that would be counterclockwise. And in this case, this will be negative when this whole thing here is less than this whole thing here. So long as this one is greater than this, our block will be moving in this case here. So I think, yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. And again, please subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you will be updated with all my uploads. Okay. Thank you.